everyone, we're going to continue with two-step equations with example number 3. It says solve for W, and the equation says W minus 7 divided by negative 3 equals 4. So as a reminder, our first step is to identify the variable. Our variable here is W. Our second step is to identify the first thing that is happening to the variable. Well, the first thing that's happening to W is minus 7. So we're going to write that in this box. Now we need to identify the second thing that's happening to W, which is that it's being divided by negative 3. So I'm going to put division symbol, and then I'm going to write negative 3 in parentheses, just so I don't forget about that negative there, and so I don't confuse this divide negative 3 with a minus 3. And then all of that is supposed to equal positive 4. So now to solve for W, we need to undo these operations. So what would the opposite of dividing by negative 3 be? Well, that would be times negative 3. And what would the opposite of minus 7 be? Well, that would be plus 7. So now I take my solution 4, and I'm going to multiply that by negative 3. 4 times negative 3 would give me negative 12. Negative 12 plus 7 is going to give me negative 5. And so my final answer here is that W equals negative 5. Now I want to show my work algebraically just to confirm that I got the correct answer. So I separate the left and the right side of my equation, and I know I want to get W by itself, so I'm going to undo what I see to get W alone. So the opposite of dividing by negative 3 is multiplying by negative 3. So I'm going to do that on both sides. So on the left-hand side of my equation, that cancels out the denominator and leaves me with just W minus 7. On the right-hand side of my equation, that leaves me with negative 12. Again, my goal is to get this W by itself, so I need to undo this minus 7 or subtracting 7. So what's the opposite of subtraction? Addition. So I'm going to add 7 to both sides. Negative 7 plus 7 equals 0. So these cancel out, and I'm left with just W on the left-hand side of my equation. On the right-hand side, I need to add negative 12 plus 7 equals negative 5. So whether I use my box method or I solved it algebraically, my answer was that W equals negative 5. So that means I should plug negative 5 back in where I see W, and when I solve this left-hand side, it should all equal positive 4. So let's check. Negative 5 minus 7 divided by negative 3, and we want that to equal 4. So what is negative 5 minus 7? Well, that would be negative 12. And negative 12 divided by negative 3 equals positive 4. So now I confirm my solution. I know I got it right, and I don't even need to ask my teacher.